we'll call it new gen still though. We're going to Tide Hunters.
All right.
And
Cool.
Grinch, do you want to do the honors and let the people know who we're watching here?
Yeah, don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. So, in the bottom right, we have Kara, and he's actually from Greece, so I'm a big fan of Greek mythology. So let's see if Kara can channel that inner Zeus, all those Greek gods, and really show his prowess in this game. He's in the yellow jersey, and this is Kara. And in the top left in the blue jersey, this is Sasha, part of the COK clique conglomerate. You know what I mean? Many people think we're a cult, but we're just part of that night of cabal, as you call it. He's well known in gym. He's cool, a very cool admin, and yeah, he's hailing out of South Africa. So let's see if he can blade run to the finish line and take this series. This is Sasha. Okay, here we go.
Here we go indeed with a late altar indicating a tavern build from Sasha. Whereas Kara's going to go into a standard Demon Hunter build over here. Not too surprised with that. He was on my Boshi's Monkeys team, actually. I didn't get to talk to him too much. It was his first season GNL. I think it took him a bit to understand the team dynamic and everything entirely. But by the end, he started, talking a bunch. He started joining in the cast, hyping up the Boshi's Monkeys. And he's excited for next season already. So really cool that he joined Fountain Manor League. Nice to see him here. I think has a really high ceiling. I think he could be a 1500 player on his best days. But I also think same with Sasha, who always pulls out interesting strategies, always makes for interesting games, and I have no idea what hero he's gonna go here. Tinker.
Sasha. Sasha. I like it. Okay, let's see if Kara's gonna scout. He just got to cancel this shop for the nice little tricks. I already see the little minutia that he's hitting, and he's also has the wisp ready for a little wisp pool. So, okay, Kara, okay. All right.
Did he scout the Tinker?
Yeah, where is the scout wisp?
Because I'm watching the Demon Hunter come over right to him as if he saw something that he thought he needed to get a moving on. And I kind of like this. Maybe a little bit too early. Maybe take a quick little green, the one next to your base, the turtles. And then just so you can get that level 2, maybe another item. And you probably then cash the Tinker mid-creep. But now we're going to see Sasha's thrown his last Pocket Factory for quite a bit here. Unless he drains all his Moonwells.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough already, but I noticed a lot of Nidos like to be on more of the aggressive side depending on the item that you get. I've been talking to Pavle, and he says if he gets a claw, if he gets a circlet, that's when he runs over to the ops base. But if he gets a ring or something more passive, such as a Cloak of the GG, he'll sell it and he'll be on the more creep heavy. And so maybe that's it. I see Sonic. Every game I see Sonic, he creeps his first camp and he runs straight over. So maybe it's a little Sonic-esque, but hey, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm interested. The mana burns he got off were themselves already pretty valuable. The factory didn't get much value at all. He's gonna have to put down a factory right now to get him down to 0 mana. Pretty tough matchup, Tinker versus Demon Hunter.
Yeah, and take a little peek over at Sasha's base, no tech.
Ooh.
54, the fourth Moonwell's going up, a second AOW. Uh-oh, did Kara scout this? Where is his scout wisp? Okay.
You know what this looks like to me? This looks like some zero effort funny business, if I ever seen it. And it's funny because I was watching Baron's stream, and he matched Saron on ladder, and all Saron did was Tinker, Mass Hunts, Mass Expos around the map.
What map was this?
Last Refuge. He was building a Tree of Life behind a shop. It was the weirdest game, and at the same time, it's funny that Sasha told me, he's like, hey, I was watching some Say So replays. I talked to him. He was telling me about Tinker Mass Hunts, and I'm like, oh my god. And here we go. That's what we're seeing here. Tinker Mass Hunts, except this is going to be a high pressure style. And unfortunately, Sasha's running into the shop in the middle. And A-clicking the ground, the hunts are taking damage, the factory took damage. Has no factory going into this push.
Okay. So Sasha's already looking good as a shop in the back, lore coming up. What is going to be his second hero choice? So looks like Kara's just going to have to take a few deep breaths. We all been here. You know, have his positioning well, have his archers way back here, hidden behind the trees, but it looks like he's already overextending quite a bit. Level 3 on the DH. Would you go Invasion 2 or Mana Burn 2?
He went into
Wontu in this
Evasion
situation.
2, and I actually like that a lot. I maybe go into Mana Burn 2 if the Tinker had a lot of mana left. Like if there was a factory left in there, and I could get Mana Burn 3 out. But even then, you know, like I think it all comes down to that split moment decision. The Demon Hunter taking a ton of damage here. The Panda coming into the battle, get some nice breath of fires off this. Tinker is low. Sasha's going to have to TP out.
Okay. In Sasha's position, would you put up an expand behind this, or would you just continue to just heal up and just push once again?
I feel like I would go into an expansion, maybe put some towers up, and try to play the long game here. Just because I really don't think you have much of a chance if you try to hit this base again. Maybe run buys. He could snipe this Ancient Allure possibly if he didn't head straight down the middle lane. I think that's honestly been Sasha's issue in this game. He hasn't really used the element of surprise to his behalf. All of this was, I think, scouted. He came right down the middle with Kara was down the middle as well. Had a lot of time to prepare. He got a couple extra archers. I think he got the improved bows. Has some dryads coming out. Kara was well prepared for this.
Yeah. So I believe after this series, after the skirmish, I'll say what I was gonna say. Get back not the illest position, but looks like Kara is kind of overextending a little bit. I would really like Kara to have his archers in the back and just poke with Mana Burn with his DH, breath of fire, poke. You know, make sure you're teching up. But okay, 2 lures.
Yeah, this is the tough part here where archers just do so much damage to huntresses, as well vice versa. Like huntresses do so much damage to archers, but when the numbers are on the archer side and the positions are on the archer side, the archers are going to take that game, and he does. Kara up 1-0.
Yeah. What I would have really liked, you know, shout out to Sav, you know, I played him quite a bit. Maybe sneak the APs on the left side, attack from the right or the middle. You know, like you said, use that element of surprise. You know, it felt like it was just straight down the middle. He saw the APs, and when you're hitting like a 2-pronged attack, they call it in battle, you know, that's when you're really doing it. And I really, if he did that, maybe it would have been a better position because, you know, his units would have to fight 2 different ways. And that's when you got to really push your ops unit control. So maybe that was going to happen. But hey, well done by Carl. He didn't even have to pop any green pots as well. So,
yeah, I think really well done. I think that element of surprise really hurt Sasha, like we were saying. I would definitely would have liked to see those proxy APs, build them up on the left, and maybe if you come down the middle lane, you're just teasing a fight. You're kind of like kiting backwards, because all you want to do is buy some time till those APs come up, and then yeah, I mean, you know what would have been cool? Maybe I'm not a Tinker player, so I'll leave this for the Tonki pros out there, but maybe you get the APs up, and you're buying a little bit of time. You set all your units back to your base. You use your Moonwells because you got mana burned. You heal up. You get your mana back. And in the midst of all that, you bought a Staff of Teleportation at the shop. And then you staff onto your AP you put down a factory. And then you just start sieging away at his base while he has to then react back. Then your huntresses can all start running back. We'll join the fight in a little delayed. But I think between the Pocket Factory and the towers, you can do enough damage alone. And that's how you really hit hard. Maybe that gets you 2 Moonwell kills immediately or something, because the little factory dudes hit a lot of damage on buildings, and I think that's how you create a sneak attack. It's gonna force a TP, or he's gonna walk all the way back, and it's gonna buy a lot of time.
Yeah, I really do like that. Okay, Wontu the strategist. Get your Wontu notes out in chat, man. Oh, man. All right. I believe it's Sasha too, right?
Yeah, game name Sasha too. Hey, what's up, Eugene? Also, Panda's comment in Twitch chat is Night Elf Mare with double Night Elf casters. I don't know how to feel about this place.
I swear, PV. I swear. How come you didn't enter the Spartan Cup, PV?
For real. Honestly, I wish I would have known about that. I probably would have entered. Looked like a good cup. I probably did know about it and forgot. But also Eugene, you have your game versus Jedi at 2. I know originally it was at 1:30. So if you guys want to be ready as soon as this one's over, that also is like totally cool with me. Maybe we have 2 more games, maybe we have 1 more. But if you guys are free, I'm free to hop in whenever you guys are ready after this series. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Honestly, I used to say your name TSCO. I guess if your name was TSCOG. But is it like TSCOG? TSCOG? Because now Baron has me overthinking after that comment of like how you say your name. And you said you were going to tell him. So I'm actually curious to hear. But anyway, how's it going, man? What's up, Buzzkill?
So yeah, how do you pronounce it? Because I really I want to say people's names right, Mike. Especially when we're casting it or watching the VOD, you know. I was gonna try to throw it in Google, but sometimes that messes it up, Mike. So
yeah. So it seems like he says it is TSCO.
TSCO.
Because he said first one was good. Unless he meant the first one when I was saying TSCO. TSCO. Yeah, cultural one word. Upper G is just for cool looking. Oh, one word.
Oh, okay. TSCO. Okay, TSCO.
S-E.
TSCO. Hey, cool.
TSCO. So we're going to Northern Isles, and Pokey asks a great question. Is this where I can learn standard elf play? And yeah, of course, this is where we're gonna watch Tinkers, and maybe we'll get like a Beastmaster or Pit Lord. Who knows? So very standard play from Sasha, of course. But another person who I would like to actually know how to properly pronounce his name. I don't know if it's Kara or if it's Kara. But from Greece. So that is he looking a bit more standard with Demon Hunter Panda versus a Tinker Hunts push. That feels like the proper reaction. I think could have gone also Beastmaster or Tinker second, even Naga. I think any of those heroes kind of work. The important part last game was, I think, the Archer positioning, the Archer holds, and the Demon Hunter tank in Evasion 2, little things like that. But we're going to game 2. It's Northern Isles.
Okay, so Sasha's still gonna. I surmise when Sasha's gonna go first hero, man. I surmise. You know where I'm going with this?
What do you? Oh, we channeling some legend over here. Mr. Tree One in the building over here. You want to know something about Tree One, by the way? I found him on ladder, right?
Yeah.
And the dude immediately types draw. So I do my little RTT. Let me check. I want to see the ping. I always do that. I love that little feature. Guy had like 30 ping. I'm like, all right, why? So I asked him why. He's like, I don't like Night Elf Mare. And I'm like, all right, no, we're playing this. And I went pot of Huds, and he beat me because we base raced, and he had more resources left over than I did. And I kind of dipped out.
And he doesn't like the matchup. I swear.
Yeah. He went Beastmaster, Naga, Mass Archers. What a weird fellow.
I swear. Imagine like Curry saying, I don't really like basketball. You know,
He's gonna like
you
going up
win
against
so much.
He like goes up against the Suns. He's like, I don't like playing against Chris Paul. Let's draw this one, fellas. What a guy.
Tree one. The underground legend, dog. I swear, man.
Pokey asks, Strimmer, is the tavern build standard? For Sasha, very standard. This is a very standard Sasha Night Elf build. Um, and we get a Pit Lord.
I knew it. I
Very
knew it. He
interesting.
loves Pit Lord on this map, actually.
I don't blame him. Perma item here on the green. Perma item on the top green. Perma item that could be a clause 9 at the expo. So it's 3 permas you can get pretty early into the game. This big consumable could be an invul and a greater heal, which are really good. Or if you get the mana ones, the gold is definitely useful because you want to sell those immediately. And there's a marketplace.
So I think this is gonna take the element of surprise, right? This is gonna take Kara by surprise unless he's been doing his homework. So he doesn't seem to be scouting that well. So that's already one little pitfall of him just going up to the next strata, right? Because in 1500s, man, there's some funky strats. You got to meet some dudes like Tree One, you know, and you got to really have to scout. And scouting is so imperative in this game. Something that I still got to work on, man. Anyways, we'll see.
What
We'll see.
Grinch, you see a Pit Lord come out on the opponent's side. What is your reaction?
So I'm straight aggression. You know, I'm finishing the first camp. I'm gonna be in his face the whole time. Mana burning, make sure he wastes all his moon wells and just slow down his creeping. You know, and once it gets tier 2, from what many people say, you can only beat a Pit Lord with a Pit Lord. So I'm getting Pit Lord level 2 and gonna split creep and slow down his creeping. You know, do some economy harass, pick up a staff, cancel some lords, kill some wisps, and really just be extremely vexing. You know. And just creep up my Pit Lord, and hopefully when it comes down to the 50 food fight, we'll see. And of course you got to get that scrolls of healing, of course, against this thing. But yeah, that's how I would approach it. How about yourself?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think early aggression is really nice. Even maybe a tier 2 like archer push is nice. Even if he has a level 3 Pit Lord, I don't think the cleave is too good, but I do think you would need a Naga to contain the Pit Lord a little bit. Anything that kind of has some control on the Pit Lord, like if you're a human player, that's why you get banish, and it's basically like, haha, that Pit Lord is like useless. You know what, honestly, it would be a pretty cool style is Nase's style in Night Elf. I mean it's not his style, but like he does it against me is like the Talon build with Cyclone. That'd be kind of interesting because he always kind of did that against my Pit Lord. Granted, it's a Pit Lord second, but still hurts me quite a bit.
And I see some people, they'll go mass air, you know, and you know, Hippo Riders, because when I went against this human actually, and I went Beastmaster Pit Lord, this guy went mass Griffins, and my Pit Lord did nothing, you know. So maybe
Yeah.
mass air would be a nice play as well. But okay, looks like Kara, excuse me, is channeling his Hermes and just scooting over to Sasha's base and doing a little economy harass.
Yeah, it looks like Firebrand the Demon Hunter sold his Wand of Mana Stealing, which could be a good item maybe for a second hero later on, depending on what it goes. But maybe he's planning to go. Oh, he goes Panda, so you know, would have been a decent item to hold on to. Only because I think you get 180 gold from that. And if you're not going to use it immediately, to Pokey's point, if you're not going to buy like boots or circlet off of that, then I really wouldn't sell it. I mean, maybe it helps him with his tech a little bit, but I mean, he has the gold to go into 2 lores expo, probably without the 180. So it's almost like selling it to be able to get yourself an actual item that is helpful on your heroes. Usually the benefit.
Yeah, totally. Maybe Kara's kind of an autopilot. We all been there, you know. So maybe he's just automatically, you know, muscle memory panda, you know. So we'll see. I was just thinking Naga or or Pit Lord as well, but we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna really be interested in how this 50 food fight goes. Because Kara's gonna really need to get this shop control. So he's still continuing to creep with his Demon Hunter and Panda. I'd really like the Panda to soak up majority of the experience and, you know, just be vexing and, you know, push your multitasking, right? You gotta push yourself to hit those half court shots. You know what I mean, man? We gotta all try to catch up to Wontu and the Pokies and the Savs of the world, right? That's all we're trying to strive for. So I'd really like to see that as well. What's his macro looking like? Okay. Did he build 2 lures before he teched the tier 3, Kara? I didn't see.
Yes, he did.
Ah, okay.
I believe both of them did.
Okay, okay.
And it looks like Saj is a little bit ahead in tech, but it's it's not the biggest difference. It's like half a bear ahead.
Mhm.
I do think I agree with you that Panda should be getting some solo experience here, because now if you're looking at the map, the lab's the only way he can get 3 if he solo creeps it. And that's a pretty tough creep. That I don't know about you, but if I leave my second hero there, I kind of have to keep an eye on him. I've lost my second hero to this creep when I like him like kind of like half playing and not paying attention. I want to like split creep and harass or something. Definitely lost my hero to this creep before, but instead he's taking it with 2 heroes, which is not going to give him level 3. He could go up to this what's the spider arachnid whatever camp at the top.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That'll get him 3. I do think that this panda choice is pretty decent. I honestly think maybe more decent for. I mean, I would never get level 2 haze, but the haze is going to be really nice on the bears.
And both players, I really like them that AOW movement, right? You know what I mean? Right after that last archer, that AOW, you gotta keep it moving, man. Gotta keep it moving and park it on the next part of the dance floor over here at that other base. So I really like both players to start to do that. And man, that will up your creeping speed. And like I always say, this is a game of misclicks and milliseconds. So just 1 second of creeping speed matters so much with the timings and everything, man. So both players, I like to see that in future games. But anyways.
Wand of Illusion is a great item versus a Pit Lord. And you
Ooh,
can't
pick it up?
Kara, no. Like if you could just set up a line of anything like to soak up to trick the Pit Lord into hitting illusions in that line. Like I mean, Kara only has 1 bear, but if you have 4 bears in the eyes of the Pit Lord, that's really nice.
Sasha, I really like Sasha to go for the Moonwells. This AOW is just there to buy time, right? Go for these Moonwells. And who's gonna break first? Who's gonna break first? This is the bear mirror, counting bears, counting Moonwells, right? Who's gonna break first?
Yeah, I wonder if Sasha wants a fight here. He has great position. Once he gets Kara's not even able to get any real estate on half of his bears here. Howl gets off. Panda is in range for some nice Breath of Fires, and there are Moonwells in range. But this is a level 5 hitty out here.
I know you geeked. I know you smiling, Wontu. Can we get some Pit Lord emotes in the chat real quick? Because this Pit Lord is swinging that thing, man.
Sasha's
roaring the archers. Oh, man. And Sasha's diving. He says he still smells blood in the water. Looks like the panda's about to go down. Is there a stab? Oh, the panda goes out. And is Sasha going to go for the kill? Is he going for the DH or is he going to go for the main? Level 6 on the Pit Lord. Can we get a Doom Guard? And then we got a GG.
No Doom Guard.
Sasha takes it.
Man, what a game by Sasha to come back into. I do think we kind of said it in the beginning, there has to be some sort of aggression onto this Pit Lord. I would say maybe unless you get an Expo and you're like teching it to some weird tech like, I don't know, Chims or Master Talent, some weird thing. That's the only time I wouldn't want to see pressure on the Pit Lord, even though you still could. I think that was you can't let a Pit Lord get to level 4 then come to your base with more bears than you have. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a really cool game. Well played by Sasha. We're going to game 3.
Yeah, and Sasha's really knowing his time is now. Earlier, Sasha, a few months ago, he didn't know his time. He's just kind of a little over the place, but he's knowing his power spikes. He's tightening up his macro, and he's going for the kill. I like it, I like it. I would have been a little apprehensive, but he said, you know what? Panda went down, and let's take care of business. And you know how we love series, and this is going to a game. Uno, dos, tres. 3, baby! And I love game 3s.
Yeah, I love it. But both guys, they're talking to their imaginary coach in their head. They're like, "All right, this worked last game. This worked the first game. All right, and now I know his style a little better." Kara's probably like, "I have no idea what here to expect." Game 3 on Last Refuge. It was funny. When Sasha got this group and he has 3 of their night elves, he was asking me like, what wacky strategies exist in Night Elf Mirror? I'm like, dude, if you get Concealed Hill, just build an altar in front of his base at the tavern and get a Naga double AOW archer push. And I was kind of hoping to see that in this, because he did find just slight interest in it, but we're not gonna see it, or maybe we will. I don't know. I don't think you could do it on Last Refuge. But anyway, going into it, game 3, Sasha versus Kara. Group M. Group M? Is it Group M?
You know,
Oh, no, it's Group O, isn't it?
I can't recall.
No, Group M. It's Group M.
But this is when the boys and girls go home. The street lights are turning on. You gotta go check in with your parents. And this is when the men, put on their suits. The ladies, excuse me, put on their high heels. We hit the club, we hit the bars, and we take care of business, man. So let's go. This is game 3. This is game 3. This is when the nerds get to you. You don't know what should I stick with my first initial game plan? Should I mix it up? Ooh. What do you think's gonna transpire in this game? Want to?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea. I don't know what hero Sasha's going to go. I think Kara's gonna stick to his guns and maybe just do a slightly better job scouting. I could see him being more aggressive or maybe more macro style if the hero that Sasha chooses asks for it. Maybe we'll see a Pit Lord again from Sasha. I'm not sure that's entirely the best choice on this map. It's so small. That with
Yeah.
aggression, I think you can be punished really easily. I don't know. Maybe going into a Dark Ranger would be my guess. I know Sasha is a fan of the Dark Ranger first. Not sure on this map in a Night Elf Mare, but I know he likes Starship going Dark Ranger versus Human on this map. So possibly something we could see.
Yeah. He's flipping through his cookbook, his Night Elf cookbook. Let's see what recipe he's gonna use this game, man. What is Sasha cooking up in this thing? So, also I want to make a quick inquiry. So I see a lot of elf players. They get 3 archers and they try to creep this merc camp right after the gold mine. Is that what you do in Night Elf Mirror as well? Or I see some people go 5 archers and kind of go the standard route, So what are your thoughts on that?
It depends. Also, Dark Ranger, Amora, Eagle Eyes out. Personally, what my creep route is this green, the Troll Priest green. If I get a Wand of Illusion, I go into the Expo camp. If I don't, I go into the Murloc green, and then into the Expo camp. And then usually that's around second hero territory. But my first hero should be level 3 off of those camps. Deny. Oh no, he didn't get to deny. That was just really close. Oh no, or did he? Yeah, he did deny. He did deny. So I usually like to leave this this merc camp for my AOW to walk over to it, and leave it for my second hero to get like a 2 point. I think it's like 2.3 or something, like solo, which is really nice and a really nice head start. But it also depends on. I just feel like there's always so much interaction, like we're seeing right now, that throws that off. And Kara, this game's gonna go for the aggression, where I don't know if that's actually the right move against a Dark Ranger.
Yeah, one thing I really like Sasha to do is let your units and skeletons creep the camp and just continue to space out the DA. Just keep A-clicking them, That would be very cool. And you kind of create space and you can almost kind of do a little split creeping, Kind of like having to deal with a Blade Master or a DK, right? So that's something I would like Sasha to do as well. Are we going to get a second AOW? Uh-oh, 4 Moonwells? Uh-oh, did Kara scout this? I really like his wisp locations outside on the map, so he's kind of being a little more coherent about that. But he has the early shop. I believe that's more a part of his build, I guess. I thought he was forgetting to do the shop cancel.
Yeah, Kara told me once that he likes the shop. It's like a personal preference thing.
Okay.
I told him that if you want to keep your shop, I would just do it with keeper usually. Just if if you want to have the shop, but he likes it. So hey, some people have their things, and he says you still get the food from it to open up the next wisp, and at least the shop's built. So
Okay.
you know it's just his preference. Car continuing to put some aggression here will continue to burn the Dark Ranger. There are no skeletons though, so it's not a bad fight for Car to take here. But I do think at this point he's taking a lot of damage onto his Demon Hunter. Did get an Archer kill here though. Goes into Immolation.
Whoa. Okay. Where's Pads out? We gotta get some innovation out here, Mike. What's going on here? Oh, and it looks like a TP's gonna be forced. Gonna create some space, Yeah, maybe Kara likes going to the boutiques, go a little thrift shopping. I get it. I get it.
So I think the issue here is these moonwalls, because we know what Sasha's going to do. He's getting his Archer count up, which Kara did kind of alleviate a little bit there of how hard these archers are going to hit, killing one and damaging some others. Maybe some macro slip on Sasha's end, but man, that's a lot of moonwell juice that kind of went down. He does have 4 moonwells, which is good. But Sasha's gonna hit very soon.
Yeah, a nice little gloves of haste as well. And so one thing I gotta send Sasha Arc's hotkeys, because I feel like Kara kind of was hiding the archers a little better than Sasha. And so what I like to do, and this is what's helped me with hide, is instead of having it on H, Arc says change it to C. And when I did that, I was hiding my archers, my units. I felt like Foggy. So I gotta make sure I send that to Sasha, because he did tell me that it's hard to hide. I said, change that to C, man. Change that to C, and bro, first week I did that. Oh man, I felt like I got some new shoes. You know when you get some new kicks that you've been eyeing, you said I'm gonna wait for the paycheck because I want to budget correctly. Financial intelligence, right? And I said, that's what I felt like when I got that C. So I'll send it to him after the series. But anyway, it seems like this is the timing now. Is he gonna bring some whist? Okay, he's bringing the boys in. Let's see. Kara takes some deep breaths. He's going Panda once again. Would like him to move the AOW into more of a defensive spot, but let's see.
Yeah, I has an Ancient of Wonders already coming up, which will be nice for potions. The key to defending a push like this is, I mean, it's easy to say, but it's like patience. Don't overextend because there's someone attacking your base. Like, lose that Moonwell while you're waiting for a potion or something. And also good luck to Kara. This is a tough push to hold. Breath of Fire will be nice to get some damage off. Wisps should be around to hopefully detonate the skeletons. Oh, the panda's gonna fall!
Light trade! Ooh.
A lot of weak archers out here. No healing scrolls, which is good on for Kara. But Sasha's starting to pick off some kills. Panda went down. Archers are going down. Skeletons are coming out to play. Sasha's Naga a little bit overextended, gets level 2 and then gets killed. But that is, Kara's down to 2 archers and the Demon Hunter. But sometimes all you need is that Demon Hunter.
Yeah. He might get his Rambo on, just needs a bow and arrow right now. But, he got archers in his back, sniping. So, looks like this AOW is going to go down. That's going to be pretty big. Looks like 3 AOWs are going up. Does he have Nature's Blessing upgrade? No. Would that be a good play in this, in your opinion?
I mean, if I wouldn't have gotten it before this point just to defend this push. Or you're talking if Sasha had it or Kara?
Sasha.
If you have the money for it. I think the archer count's more important, though.
I see. Yeah, it's going to be tough having that Naga go down. So just a little positioning error, but these AOWs are going to pay dividends for the front line now. It's just Sasha just got to continue to pump out his archers, which looks like he's doing. Is the Naga on the way out?
I didn't see the Naga coming out. The Panda is coming out, I think, a little late. Level 1 heroes come back very quickly. Sometimes it's not. It's totally okay to lose that Panda. Maybe if he would have got one more breath of fire, it would have been nice. Um, just so you don't eat up the Moonwell juice with all the mana regen. But Naga finally being bought back at the altar, so it's still kind of a bit of time to come back.
Yeah, yeah, and it looks like Sasha's windows are beginning to close very slowly, especially with that Naga being hit, being put down. You know what I mean? Just a slight position there, and looks like the AOW is gonna go down. But a slight error by Kara. He should be having Master Bear now, and I just seen that he just finished up the depth. So imagine him having 2 Master Bears right now. It'd be looking scary, looking very scary.
Another mistake is not giving us the immolation that we want to see. Where's
Oh my god! Long distance life drain. Oh lord. That now the window might be slightly more open, man. I can feel a little draft, and Sasha's going for the kill now. Okay.
Level-
Continue to pump Archer.
level
ahead.
2 life drain? Usually you go skeletons, but I wonder if he saw himself not getting many kills. He saw the dryads out, and he decided to switch it up. I'm not sure. But hey, the life drain 2 worked out because that was life drain 1. That's not getting the kill.
I agree. Ooh.
Why do
It's
I
looking
feel
rough.
like Sasha's not like macroing, but he doesn't have any gold either? Like, I just feel like there's not enough archers.
Yeah. I know he bought a staff of preservation, bought a couple clarities, and spent what he built 3 AOWs. So that could have been, maybe like eight more archers, right? So, rough.
Yeah, I think this is still gonna be very hard for Sasha to win.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna be so hard to deal with these bears that are coming out. The master bears, the demon hunters, 60% done.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be very, very tough.
Yeah. I think losing that Naga was big, kind of overextending with the archers. Wait for your AOWs to come up and then use them as the front line, right? But I did love the life drain play, so maybe like we said, put up an expansion behind this so you have kind of a backup plan, right? But yeah, this is looking rough.
Yeah, I think Sasha's waiting for Kara to make a mistake, and Kara's being smart, being patient, waiting for the demon hunter to come out. It's not taking a fight. Doesn't have to, like this army may kill a Moonwell here, but that's not the end of the world. A 40 food army with 3 bears, a demon hunter, and a panda is enough to hold this.
Word to mother, Mike. Word to mother. Okay. Got the orb. Kara got the orb. Nice little mana burn. Life drain out. So I think this is the time for Kara to go out into the world, spread his wings, and jump off that precipice and try to take this W from Sasha.
Yeah, and here he goes. He's stepping out. It is nighttime too. Got the Moonwells pumping up for him. And here it comes. Wisps are joining the battle as well. Maybe to put up some AOWs. Gonna go for some APs. He put up a Hunter's Hall somewhere behind this.
I would really like Sasha to detonate these rejuves, you know what I mean? Make sure those bears are obsolete. But it looks rough. The Dreadlord, the Dark Ranger is getting focus fired. And looks like Sasha's push has lost steam, and this railroad is gonna the tracks are, oh man, it's bad. It's looking bad, man.
Yeah, looking a bit rough. I do think if you're in this situation, it's funny, Buzzkill just asked a question. Is there a transition for Sasha? Maybe I feel like it's a bit too late, but I think the proper transition is double Ancient of Winds, going to Talons. Their right click damage is actually really good versus bears. Cyclone's also pretty nice and annoying if there's only so much Dispels Dries can get off. It's going to require a lot of micro from Wisps, and all that. Those small windows actually buy you a lot of time to get some pickoffs. I think with that though, you're still building archers. You're probably going tier 3 marksmanship. Maybe bottom third. It's. I mean, in my head, I've never done it, but in my head, it kind of requires a lot of different things. It requires like an expo and whatnot.
Yeah, I totally agree. And so, and expand behind it. But what are your thoughts instead of a second AOW if he just built an Ancient of Wind and had a little fairy fire, and talons? Do you think that would have been a little stronger push? You know, put a little more oomph into these punches.
I think that would have made for like a stronger second push. I think that the first push he could have done tweaks to it and actually had it been successful.
Mm.
But I think some missed micros happened in that fight. Wasn't really getting the kills he needed after that panda kill. I think his
Mhm.
focusing was just like he just kind of a-clicked and just started focusing random things.
Yeah, I could see that, especially while the Naga was moving out of position. So you know, so it looks like Kara is gonna be going for the kill level 5 Demon Hunter. All right, life drain going out. A nice little rejuve will counteract that, I believe. But it looks like the DR might go down. Sakara's at 50 through feud. He's breaking. DR's going down. I believe Naga's next on the menu. And yeah, it's looking rough. It's looking rough for Sasha right now. And looks like Kara wins it. GG. GG.